Hello, good evening guys. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about something that most people are asking for most likely right now. So yes, if you can get a hand of a second hand or yourself a brand new PC or brand new GPU, what do I do to get it overclocked, or what do I do to make it faster? So your fresh PC, so this PC currently is fresh, only bought it yesterday, so I did some little improvement on it. So order to do the improvement, you need a certain softwares and certain things you have to do in the first hand. So I would recommend you to download whichever benchmarker you guys have heard of that is good and free to use. So this one here, this is a super positive benchmark. That's the one I was using. It's free to use. Only bad thing about it, you cannot upload it to the website to compete with others, but you can get a genuine idea. When the computer bought, I did a test. It was reading at 7,700 something somewhat. Then I did some little bit tweaking here and there. So this tweaking is very simple. Just follow my step on the desktop. So all you had to do is you have something called Defender in your PC. Yes, you may have Avasta or Norton or any other malware thing, and at the same time a Defender might be running background. So just order to disable it, just type Defender here, and then it will come up here, and pretty much here on the virus you will have an option to disable the Defender. So at this point my Defender is pretty much is manage a security provider. Yeah, so here, so I went to setting, manage provider of the security provider, and then after that you can see my Defender is being turned off, and then Norton is back on. I'm only just using Norton because it came free with my PC for 60 days. Might as well use it. It's good, very good. Then after this I will turn it off and I will download Avasta, which is my previous provider. It's free also. So yeah, so that's the first thing you have to do. It's just turn off the Defender. Very simple. Okay, after that I would recommend you to do is instead of going straight into the graphic card stuff, you need to do something for your CPU. So pretty much if you go to Task Manager now, which is here, and you go to Performance, and in here CPU, just select CPU, and you can see sometimes you might see this number, logical processors, at either 1 or 2 or 4. That means it's not, it's not optimal on performance wise. Your graphic card mostly have 12 to somewhat cores in there. So cores are 6 I have, and the logical it could be 6 or 12 depending on which CPU guys you have. So in this you have to do is, order to get this up to optimal, very simple thing you have to do. You just right click here. Sorry, you don't need a right click, just go System Configuration, and which will give you to this spot. So there are two things you can do here. First, let's go ahead with the CPU, get the logical processors up. So you go to the boot. Here you have your boot or iOS pretty much is what is going to boot up on Windows 10. Just go to Advanced option. Here pretty much you will have this most likely unticked, and probably grayed out or something. So once you click on it, and then you can use a drop down bar. Most likely in default, either my one was in 1, some people I saw 4 and 3. You just go to the maximum you can go, which is 12, and you press OK, and then you will have to reboot. But before you reboot, I would recommend you to do one more thing. Go to services, hide all microservice things, and then enable the things that you don't want to run in background, like unless you tell them to do so. For example, Google, I don't want to run in background unless I open Google. That's when it will run. Things like essential, like graphic card, something to do with the mouse or things like that, motherboard. Security, you cannot turn it off, unfortunately. It is there, it is permanent unless you turn it off on its own or install it. Things that you require, make sure it's enabled. Rest are disable it and apply, and then do that. Just hold on a second before you apply. Just go to startup. It will just go into open task manager again, back on the task manager again. Remember we were in performance. Here you will have things that will start up on your computer when you first start up the computer, pretty much. If you have a brand new PC and only just bought it with a good graphic card, this probably won't be a big issue, but it can increase your boot up speed faster on if you were to disable some of these things. So you just click on status and get the enable, and here it will tell you what kind of impact it has on your startup. Higher the impact, not really what you want, but however, person like me, in my system I need this ICUE because it is my RGB setup. So yes, it is high, but obviously I disable quite a lot other highs. So things that you feel like you don't need at the startup, disable all. Like here there's a big list, there's a Twitch, a stream. This Discord thing was really annoying me. I don't know why. It just even if I made it disabled, it still comes up. So it took me time to just disable it on its own. So that's pretty much it. You disable, you hit disable, and it most now likely tell you to reboot your computer. So reboot your computer, restart, and then we go from there. So now maybe you have rebooted, and then from there you just pretty much go to one more thing, which will be NVIDIA control panel. Very simple. This you go in there, and you right now defaultly you're most likely on the window of managing 3D setting. Just click on it anyway, just in case if you're not on the right setting. Just scroll down on the global setting, just all the way down. You see power management mode. Make it to maximum you can perform. So when you click on it, it will do it. It most likely be a normal as NVIDIA desires it to be. I would say maximum performance is good. It has like slightly tiny difference, but it makes a greater performance at the end. And then same again for here. So the drop down down most likely on quality. Here in texture filter quality, go with highest performance you can go. So yes, if you're a graphic designer or what somewhat a person, you understand that there's a big difference between quality and high performance. High performance means that there's a slightly lack of quality and it focus on high performance only. But in this case, when you're playing games and things like that, it has no big impact. You won't see it much, so but you will get a higher frame rate. So for that, you just hit no need to hit apply, it's already done. I would recommend you to restart your computer now again. It's a lot of restarting to do, apologies, but this is how you make your PC better. Okay, then I'll see you when you restarted. Okay, I guess you have now restarted, hopefully. Obviously it won't be that fast, but just like, you know, after restart, all you have to do is download 3 different apps. Pretty much I would recommend you to download all of them. Depending on what CPU you have, it'll be handy for you. Most important one is the benchmarker, because every single restart you should run a benchmarker to understand it is an improvement or disimprovement. So you should do those, and then we will go to the next step, which will be you will download, depend on the, for us, I have the Ryzen 5 5600X model. So for this, it come with a kind of nice tweaking, like overclock sort of software with it, but you had to go and download it. It did not work for me, but it may work for you guys, depending on what kind of setup you have. I tried many times around what am I supposed to do with it, but however, for me, when I come to profile and make a manual, this part, core sector, the most important part, is not coming up for me. I tried many things, I don't know what's going on. So I tried resetting, I tried doing that, then I tried doing the whole getting the 12 core processor thing, processing lots of logical processes. It still did not show up. So for this, I kind of gave up on it, on this software. But if it's working for you, it's probably better for you. If not, you can go always back to MSI Afterburner. So it's very simple to use MSI Afterburner. You can see I have clocked into certain things that I wish to do. So like I said, every single tweak you do, please run yourself the benchmarker. So I will show you like big difference between. So you done all those steps. Now we're gonna have fun on MSI Afterburner. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the default mode, which is over here. Okay, this is my default mode. Don't worry about it, I will fix it when I come to it. So this is my default mode. Most likely for you may have this core voltage being unselectable. Without the core voltage, it's very hard to go extreme onto the board. But however, if you cannot enable that, you can still stay on the majority area. So in order to do this, first, before you do anything, run the benchmarker on whatever setting that you most likely play your game on. For me, my highest I can go is 1080p because I don't have any other monitor sort of thing. So I always choose 1080p, and then you hit run and you get a one of those scores. So obviously I think I will run it for you with you guys, and I'll show you what's the difference. So this baby, yeah, this might be harder than I expected. So I'm gonna drag this over here because it need a full window to order to run it, and I want to check the performance. So this is it on default mode of the Afterburner. So this is on default. We're gonna run it on default. So it's gonna do the running part. Roughly takes about, quick 10 minutes on this, but I would not recommend you to use maximum unless you really require it. You go to the sweet spot where it's perfect for you. And reason we say that because graphic card has a lifespan. But if you do too much overclocking, and this graphic card already overclocked, if you overclock too much and make it run like this for a long time, which it shouldn't, and you will get a result that, yes, you'll get a great result, but after like 6 months later your graphic card will get slow on because you've been running optimal space. So right now it has a score of 8768. Oh, why can't I count? 8078. That's the on its basic thing. You may have a lower than that. If you have a lower than that, because it's depend on your graphic card. So whatever the MSI give you as a default, you run it on this and see how much you can get. So right now this is what I got. Okay, so for this we'll write this down. Default setting, it is 8078. Now we will increase a little bit. Okay, before you increase, I will recommend you to go here on the setting. When you're on the setting, click unlock voltage control, click unlock voltage monitor, click unlock force constant voltage. Press OK, don't do anything else, and then now you go ahead and do a little bit tweaking here and there. So your goal is to make the temperature to 87, and then here to make it 100, and then the fan, I would recommend to you to avoid auto and make the fan to be somewhat 60%, I'll say, yeah, and hit OK. So now the fans are working in their own ways, like at least it's working, it's cooling, it's decreasing the cooling. So you can see it's decreasing the cooling. And for the MSH, normally graphic cards can handle 500 on the out of the box fresh, but it has side effects like I totally explained earlier. In over time your graphic cards will get slower because you are running it on that particular thing. So for you, I would go to the sweet spot and hit 300. Yeah, hit it on 300 and then press OK. Don't touch the core voltage until you go. Core voltage is when you go beyond 400 and 500s, you need it. I mean, you could add it if you want, but I don't really want to. So now once you've done that saving, you will run it again, the benchmark, run it again, and you will get a slightly improvement. Shall we run it anyway? Let's be with you guys, even though I told you guys I will not run it. So now I'm going to wait a little bit until the temperatures go start to 37, and then we're gonna hit run, and then we're gonna run now. So this is the area that normally stay behind on. So but however I will put the core voltage higher. Yes, for some of you guys core voltage may be not highlighted. We will fix that for you, don't worry. This is like all in one pack how to do things. So right now we are at right now it is on, so it's increased already. So this is setting to 8285 as a setting. So now what you do is obviously something you need to do. I like my temperature to be better, so I will increase it to lovely 80% of fan. But where's that 80? There you go. So let it cool down. While it's cooling down, I want you to guys do something. So for people who has issues with the core voltage, that it is not enabled or it's not working for you, there is a quick guide for you. Pretty much very simple thing you have to do is go to the internet. Let me just quickly go to the internet and then you do something with it. Okay, so these are the webs that I have looked at. So pretty much here you will find a guide from Joran the 1322. So he has said that you can do something to your core drive on its own. So what you do is here you go find your MSI wherever it is filed at. MSI Afterburner, pretty much you're looking for Afterburner. So here you go to one thing, this MSI Afterburner CFHG file, you just go in there and then open it with, you put open it with and make it to be notepad only, okay, and then close it again and you hit edit, you edit it. So what this page has said is that you go to this particular bar and you copy this whole thing, this I confirm, I wear blah 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 to support it, into this particular area you have to put. So here this ATIADLAL, so you copy it and you paste it there, and then on the next one down below it should be in your screen, it should be on 0, change that to 1, just as what this instruction has said. Change it to 1, copy, and then press, make sure your Afterburner open at this point, don't close it when you're doing this. So you go ahead and save it, and then press OK. Yes, some people may have issue at this point that you cannot save it. So if you have that issue like I did, which I kind of did, I really hated it because I had to find another video to how to fix it. So my solution for this is very simple. You go back to the folder, you press right click, go to properties, from properties you go to security. So what you need to do is change the security, that ownership of this file, to your name. So in order to do this, you just go to advanced. So here you may have a different name or whatever. For me, you can see is my name in there, it's my email address, you know, everybody knows my email address, all good. So here you change and you advance it, and then find new and go find your particular username. In my behalf it'll be Shalimbrov. So and you click OK, and then you find and press OK, and then press OK here, probably apply OK. Make sure you select it, then you press OK, and then you go to here. Before you apply, make sure you select again and press apply and OK, and then from there you should be able to have access to this thing. If you don't have the access to it, again go back to the properties, go to security, click on this and see if this is all enabled, that you can write over it. Okay guys, that's pretty much on that behalf. So if this first part did not work for you, which is going in here and saying that I confirm that I am aware of this can may cause an issue for your graphic card, blah 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 blah, and then if it does not make your MSI Afterburner enable this, I would recommend to restart it, restart your computer, reboot it up, and then do the second step, which will be you're going to profile, same page, just profile. You go to this thing and then you copy the whole thing. I would recommend you to copy it. This is your default setting of your current setting that you may set up. You copy all this and paste it somewhere safely and save it, because you are going to replace it with something else now. So in this case, you go to the second link that I have put down on under the on the video. You take this particular thing here, you just copy, make sure you only copy that thing only, hit copy, and then you paste it on top of this and you save it. Yes, again it might tell you you don't have permission. Make sure you do that step and then you have permission to do it. So once you've done that, close the Afterburner, restart your computer again, and then run Cinebench or run whatever benchmarker you have. Yeah, run your benchmarker. You don't really need to, because you're doing something now new. So at this point you do that and then you're done with all this. No need to keep these all open, so we close those. So right now our score at 8,284. So right now you should able to be unlocked for your voltage. I would go max out and I would change the properties here to 500, depend on what your GPU can handle, and turn the fan to 100%. So this is the max thing you can do. You probably can hear my PC running back on the background. It's because it's doing maximum everything that I could possibly do. So you can see the GPU temperature is going down. So now we're gonna run this again and I'll show you the difference between this and that. I believe everything okay, everything is good, and then go back and we're gonna hit run here. Oh, I forgot to get the Afterburner out of there. So last GPU check. So we done the sweet spot, kind of. Now I'm doing the extreme spot. Super tight to fit. I never thought how tight it was. I mean, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get that cable out of there because the IO cleaning. Okay. Oh my God. It's not hitting 9,000, is it? So now we at increase, I mean, nonetheless, setting at max that it can go at 8677. It's still a big improvement, but it is running at its max, which I don't really like. So for me, I found my sweet spot is that on 300 on the MSS, and this is on at 75%, and press OK on that. And the core temperatures to go down at, they are at 83% on their default. So what we're gonna do, and wait until the temperature go down, and then we'll run it again last and final time, and I'll show you the difference. It will be slightly less than this score most likely, but however it does better. I wonder if the cooling got affected when I moved that cable. That's what I would like to know, because it was hitting 9000 earlier. Alright guys, I think I will increase this to 80% instead. Yeah, can slightly here right now, but not too much. So now we're gonna run it again, one last run with you guys. It may be lower because of I'm running Streamlab on the background. That's probably what it is. Yeah. If you, the thing is, like, if you have everything at a certain way, it will run better. Like having it all the windows closed. Technically, you should have everything closed. You shouldn't be running Streamlab or whatever. But it's like there. So I got that score. That's my highest score I got. So it is at kind of a sweet spot. Like I said, you can go even more sweeter if you want. So sweet spot 1, which is at 8344. Sweet spot 2 will be pretty much increasing this one to 400 instead, and press OK to run, and then pushing this to a little bit higher at 85. Shall we run again? I wonder. Wait until the temperature goes down, and then we'll run for the last time. That's pretty much it, guys. It's very simple to make your PC faster and faster. So we started at 80,000. Maybe it's lower than that for you guys when you didn't do those sub stuff on the background. Is my gamer mode actually even on? Let's see. For this graphic card this CPU come with MSI Dragon Center. So yeah, the game mode is on. So this thing that I have highlighted here is pretty much everything down. When it starts, it will start with this. If you click this one away, you will not start with that. You'll have to do it manually when you arrive here. It's up to you guys. But say example, you have a gigantic number and it decide to crash on you out of nowhere. It's because of MSI Afterburner. All you have to do is just reboot it as a safety mode, uninstall MSI Afterburner, and then you're good to go back on normal again. But the good thing about MSI Afterburner is that you adjust everything you want here. It will not destroy your GPU. So it has on its 70s, so I'm gonna run it again. This time this to be here and close that one over. So score to beat is what, 8600 was it? Anyway, I think I closed it by accident. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the last final run. And it's already 50-minute box. So this is the second sweet spot, which is at 400 plus and 85 temperature limitation and 80% on the fan. That sweet spot much. So now is a 8,405. You know what, for you guys, I'm gonna do is something little extreme that I haven't done before. So I'm going to turn the MSI to 100% and change this one to 600. This might crash. And that to 87. So this GPU has exactly around 8,000 plus, I think it is, if I remember right. So having it to 600 is okay in my opinion. But in time it will destroy it. Oops, my bad, you guys can't see that. So we'll do the last one. It might crash, it might not, depends, we'll see. But I will go back to my normal setting after this. So it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do with your graphic card. But I would say stay in the sweet area, don't go any more higher. So the temperatures has gone down. Now we're gonna go ahead and run very last checkup to see if will it improve or will it give it a bad mark. So 8,400 to beat, and let's see even if it runs. Again, I forgot to get the MSI after that, didn't I? So it is now running at screen. It ended with 63 average, 63 both ways. So we had, it went lower instead. So it is at very low. It lost 100 from the last run, didn't it? So we go back to 500 and keep on there and make the voltage into 50 more. For me, I'll make this 400. This is my normal going to be setup now, and then turn this to 70% and this baby to 83%. So this is gonna be my sweet spot, I think, isn't it? Yeah, d'accord. I want to change it to 70%, where I can't hear the fans at all. Yep. So this will be my sweet spot. Wait, why is the voltage so high? You don't need that much voltage, you're not gonna put any much in there. That's at 50. There. Save that as number 4. And then if you're happy with that, you just go ahead and put the startup edition, and then voila, that's it. That's the end of the road. Oh, also one more thing I forgot to tell you guys is that go to setting, go to fans, fan, enable the software defined fan control. You will have a dot here. You just need to get to about 2.5, just above half on the 50, and then make one here, and then make it to nice graduate in that one. You just press apply and press OK. Now it should do better. Maybe this is what I forgot to do. You know what, I'm tempted to run one more time. Shall we run one more time? Because I think that's what made it issue there, because it was not showing this part. I really forgot about it. Sorry guys. So we go back to 100 at 600 here, 87 here, apply. We're gonna run one more time guys, one more time. Let's go. And here we go. This should do better. Like really should do better. Is that 72 frames per second and 54 Celsius. The sweet spot here is it seems 600 is too much. It seems it's not going to high. That's the end of it. You go 864. So it is gone lower. So like I said, go find that sweet spot for yourself and pretty much make that better for you. So 600 cores, obviously it did not like it at all. So my profile that I have set up is number 4, which is at this one, and it's run quietly and no issues. So after this, what I'm gonna do is restart my computer because I messed around quite a lot. Alright guys, thank you for waiting for this long. It's just to pretty much understand how MSI Afterburner works. Thank you for watching if you have actually watched for this long, and if you have, please kindly press that red button and then subscribe to me and put that notification bell, you know, put some comments down if there's any issues you guys had, and yeah, let us know what you want to do and I'll make another video. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Good night for those people if you're late at night like me, and have a great day guys, and I'll put all the links down below for you guys to check up on. Thank you. Bye.